So we are going to speak about Inkryptus, as I highlighted earlier. And today we are going to dive a little bit deeper. We are going to dive so that we can grasp more of the concept. Now, let me start off by introducing Inkryptus. Inkryptus. Inkryptus is a project that aims at. So, the main goal of Inkryptus, for those who did not know, is that it aims to enable its users to make passive income using cryptocurrencies. Okay? Using cryptocurrencies. And I think cryptocurrencies will be fast stretched, but we can say that earn passive income or earn income through the blockchain. Through the blockchain. Or basically, we can say in very simple form, Inkryptus is a project that is built on the blockchain, specifically the Binance Smart Chain blockchain, BEP20, the BSC network. And its main aim is to help cryptocurrencies investors access ways of earning passive income. Okay? So the main aim is utilizing the blockchain to facilitate investment. So this is the surface level of what Inkryptus is doing. We utilize the blockchain as a technology. So people buy assets, buy crypto, and invest it using Inkryptus. That's the whole idea. People are buying assets, these cryptocurrencies, and instead of just holding them, you have an option where you can actually invest it and earn a reward. You can actually invest your cryptocurrencies. And you can do that using the Inkryptus wallet or the Inkryptus ecosystem. Now, let's go a little bit deeper, okay? Inkryptus has more than just the access of you being able to do an investment. You can access other services, other blockchain services. Like what? Like we have swaps, we have transactions, meaning that you can send, you can receive, you can do so much than that. You can do what's called holding. It has those services, but its primary goal, its primary aim is to allow people to make money through the cryptocurrencies they own. Because passive income, for those of us who know passive income, is earning through your assets. Earning, okay? Income through your assets. Inkryptus enables its users to access services within the blockchain technology or the blockchain, the blockchain foundational, but it allows you to also earn through the assets that you have acquired, the assets that you have bought. If to that point we are together, go to your box chart and type 222. If we are together, please go to your box chart and type 222 so that I know we are together. Okay, see. Let me see. Okay. Okay, see, we are going together on the right pace. We are going together on the right pace. Now, one of the things that you have to understand, you don't have to be happy that with Inkryptus, you can earn passive income through your assets, meaning that you can earn through the assets that you own. No, but rather you have to be in a position where you understand completely where is this passive income coming from? Where is this passive income coming from? Because passive income can be acquired in so many ways. We know there's real estate. We know there's fixed deposit. We know there are bonds, there are treasury bills. And all of these methods, people who invest in those systems, they understand where the profit is coming from. And you as an investor, you have to understand where are the profits that Inkryptus is marketing to be giving to its clients, where are they coming in from? Or in more particulars or in more technical terms is that these services that are within the blockchain ecosystem that Inkryptus is offering its clients to earn passive income through the assets that they have. Where are these profits coming from? Because what you have to understand, and this is very important, at the end of the day, you have to understand one important thing is that Inkryptus gives access to the blockchain. It's not that when you are investing in Inkryptus. No. Inkryptus is a platform that gives you access to the services that are in the blockchain. That's why if you do anything within Inkryptus, you can audit it in the blockchain. That is why when you do anything in Inkryptus, that can be audited in a blockchain. Later on, I'll show you like the swaps that people are doing, the staking people are doing. Where are they? That's the whole meaning. So if you knew that or you thought that Inkryptus is holding on to your assets, no, Inkryptus is just giving you access to the blockchain. So the funds that you're staking, they're within the blockchain system. They are not with Inkryptus. Inkryptus is not a custodian. No, everything is in the blockchain. Now, for you to understand how people have been earning passive income for the last 5 years using Inkryptus, we have to understand a concept known as staking. So I'm going to introduce the concept known as staking. So what is staking? How does it work? And how can you benefit from staking? Before I move on to staking, are we together to that point? Please, if we're together to that point, go to your box chat and type the fire emoji. If we are together to that point, please go to the box chat and type the fire emoji. if we are together, before I move on to staking, because I wanted to first clarify the vision of Inkryptus as a project, and not only the vision of Inkryptus as a project, but also the fact that Inkryptus is just a platform that gives us access to the services, access. So unlike how conventional systems are custodians, Inkryptus is not a custodian. Inkryptus is there to give us the access to the services that are already existing within the blockchain. So if we are together to that point, please go to your box chat and type the fire emoji so that I know we are together. Okay, Inkryptus Rommel, I see we are together. And the rest who are still typing, I hope we are still together. So in order for us to understand staking, we don't have to go that deep into the technology. We don't have to go that deep. But in order for us to easily understand staking, is we have to primarily understand what you do when you stake. So what you do when you stake is that you buy your assets, you buy your crypto, okay? So crypto and assets, I'll use them interchangeably, but it's basically it. So you buy your assets, and then as you wait, you wait for growth, you lock them. You lock them in a smart contract, or you lock them in a pool, or you lock them in a contract. It's basically the same thing. So you lock them, let's say, in a smart contract. Smart contract. Or let's say a staking contract. And in return, you are paid. You are paid a reward, or we can call it a dividend. So that's what staking is when we are referring to cryptocurrencies. When we are referring to staking in cryptocurrencies, it involves you buying the asset, and as you're waiting for the asset to grow, you are able or you are allowed to lock it. Just like how people do bank fixed deposits, or they do government bonds where they lock their money with the government for a while. And in return, you are able to get paid you get paid a reward, or more formally, a dividend. And this staking, there are only two sources of profit. And that source is new coins, and the other source is the transaction fees. So all of these two, it's one topic on its own. Transaction fees, how it operates is that within a blockchain ecosystem, people who buy a specific crypto, okay, then they lock it. For example, Ethereum, example BNB, example Solana. You buy them, and since that protocol uses proof of stake, meaning that in order for you to be allowed to validate transactions, you have to stake a little amount. And you have to stake, no, not a little amount. You have to stake a certain amount. Then if you validate the transaction fees that is collected, you are given the portion, a very big chunk of that transaction fees. So it means that people can buy Ethereum and they can delegate it to a proof of stake pool. So if that pool does transaction validation, then they will get coins, or they will get reward from the transaction fees. And in the case of new coins, and that is where Inkryptus triumphs, is that projects usually do not put do not bring all of their coins into circulation at once. Projects usually do not bring all their coins into circulation at once. But what they rather do is they introduce coins, a certain amount, and then they keep on adding a smaller amount little by little as time goes on. And that is very evident. It's common in Bitcoin. It's common in Ethereum. It's not Ethereum particularly. Other projects like XRP, like INK, meaning that now you can buy coins, lock them, and when these new coins are coming into circulation, because most projects prefer to give to loyal customers, and nothing preaches loyalty than staking. Meaning that projects will want to reward their loyal customers. And most loyal customers are customers that have done staking. So you find out that when they are bringing new coins into token, they want to give it to loyal customers, then they most certainly give it to stakers. Now, let me dive a little bit deep in our project. Like I have said initially that Inkryptus enables people to earn passive income. And through their coin, the INK coin, we are going to see now how these new coins are able to help people who are passionate about the project earn passive income. So we are going to look at INK as a token. Is there any questions so far? Is there any question so far? If there's a question, please make sure that you put your question on the chat. And if there's no question, please go to your box chat and type 222. 222, if we are together to that point. Okay, let me see. Do we have a question? Okay, we don't have a question. We are together. We are together. Now, I'm going to analyze Inkryptus a little bit deep because that was the aim today. We want to analyze our project. So these companies, when they establish themselves, they usually decide on a certain number, like, okay, in this project, we want to have an X amount of tokens. Just like how companies declare, like, okay, this company is going to have maybe 1 million shares. And since we have collected this amount of money, then each share for now is worth this much. Also in cryptocurrencies, it's more or less of the same, meaning that we usually declare like what is going to be our maximum supply. Like what is going to be the maximum number of crypto, maximum number of coins that are going to exist within our project. And for the case of Inkryptus, they chose a number of 200 million INKY. Why 200 million? Is there any meaning to 200 million? It's all about how the founders envisioned their project. They believed that by having 200 million coins, we are probably going to achieve X and Y targets easier. So the 200 million doesn't come out of thin air, no. It's because it's pre-planned. So this is something that is scripted within the smart contracts, a maximum supply of 200 million coins. Now, to initiate the project, we need some ink, okay, to initiate the project. So the development, they set aside 10 million ink. Excuse me. So they set aside 10 million ink. And people have always be wondering, where does this 10 million ink go? So in this 10 million ink, there is primarily an amount set for something called a first bonus, which is like Inkryptus airdrop. But the airdrop is only given to people who refer clients to buy ink and stake ink. So the first bonus was 1 million that was set aside. There is also amount for gaming, funds for gaming. There was funds for liquidity. And let me speak a little bit about liquidity, and I'm going to show you a bit later what Inkryptus liquidity is. But liquidity is an amount that allows transactions, or not just transactions, but actually allows automated transactions, meaning that you don't need a second person to want to buy your ink when you want to sell, but there is already liquidity pool. So we have a liquidity pool of ink against USDT, which now facilitates the easy swap from ink towards USDT. So there's within this 1 million, there was an amount that was, this 10 million, there's an amount which is used for liquidity. So another project needs. So whenever you see like there's 10 million set aside for development and operation or for the project, it's not going to the pockets of the developers. No, it's going towards the health of the project. Now, what is left? What is left, which has to go to public, is 190 million ink. Now, as I said earlier, the model or the motto of Inkryptus is to enable its clients to make money through owning crypto. And Inkryptus were very smart that when they set aside this 10 million, they launched automatically the liquidity pool of ink against USDT. Meaning that from the very first day, if you had USDT, you could go directly to the liquidity pool and buy ink. So there was no airdrop, there was no ICO. It was straight. You could go and you could buy. Now, for those people who bought ink, or for those people who are still buying ink, Inkryptus decided that the best way for us to ensure that our project has sustainable growth is to allow our stakers to use one of the services that we have called staking, or our clients to access these coins through staking. So they said that, okay, this 190 million coins, we are going to distribute it through staking. So this amount is distributed through staking. So it means on the very first day, these 190 million coins were not in circulation. They were not in circulation. They are created, yes, just like how today we have gold that is underground. People are still mining it. So 190 million coins were not into circulation. And Inkryptus now had to adapt a way that ensured that we don't have a lot of coins greater than the demand. So they had to ensure that, and this is very important, the supply of coins is not greater than demand. Okay? They had to make sure that we are supplying new coins, because I want you to think this in this perspective. When you are bringing new coins into circulation, they assimilate the price that is existing in the market. Now, if you are bringing new coins into the market and it's a lot of coins, more than what people are demanding at that specific moment, you're going to be in a position where many people or more people are going to be selling than the number which are buying, meaning that we are going to have more sellers than buyers. And once you're in that position, then the price of the asset is going to depreciate, because I'm going to repeat that for the sake of everyone. New coins are inflationary. Inflationary. Meaning that they are coming in, okay? New coins are coming in and they assimilate the price that is within the market. If you're bringing new coins, a lot of new coins, more than what your current market is willing to buy, then you're going to have more sellers than you have buyers. And once you're in that position, then the price of the asset that you're selling or the price of the asset that people are having is going to depreciate. So Inkryptus saw that, and they decided that the best way for us to do that is to, first of all, make sure that there is as little as possible supply. As little as possible. And one thing that staking offers is that since people are going to be buying an asset and locking it for a specific time, it means it already creates some sort of a gap, because people are buying coins and are not selling at that specific moment. So that's already one step. So that's why you'll see, compared to many other projects, Inkryptus is very stable because more than 90% of its circulation is locked. People have staked more than 90% of the ink that they have. So that has added an advantage. Now, in terms of how they supply the coins, we have 190 million coins that have to come into circulation. And they say that we are going to implement that on every single day, we are going to be minting 1% of staked coins, but not more than 10,000 ink per day. So this is a very easy number, meaning that you look at every day, a smart contract looks at how much ink have been staked, and it will mint 1%. But that 1% should not exceed 10,000 ink. So we have a cap, a maximum cap of 10,000 ink being minted per day. We have 10,000 ink that is minted per day. So it means that a maximum of 10,000 ink is going to be minted and distributed now among the stakers of Inkryptus token, the ink token. Is that point clear to each and everyone? Please, if that is clear, go to the box chat. And I want you, if you're listening, please go to the box chat. If that point is clear, and type 333. Because if you understand that then you understand the model. Like, how are people earning passive income with Inkryptus wallet? How are people making passive income with Inkryptus wallet? The passive income as of now with the INK token is coming from the new coins that are coming into circulation. Go to your box chat and type 333 so that I know we are together. And if it was not clear, please put your question on the box chat. So with this Inkryptus now, they provided users with options of how long are they willing to lock their assets. How flexible are they in locking their assets? So with Inkryptus, we have fixed pools, fixed term pools, which include the 36-month pool, including the 24-month pool, including the 12-month pool, including the 6-month pool. These are fixed term pools, meaning that if you lock your asset for 6 months, it's going to be locked for 6 months. If it's 12 months, it's 12 months. 24, 36, the same. And we have the flexible term pools. Now this is the free lock, meaning that you are not fixed on how long you ought to lock your assets. So there are different pools that you can choose from pertaining to the INK token. Because with Inkryptus, you can also stake USDT, which profits now is not going to come from new coins coming into circulation. For the case of USDT, it's going to be the transactions. Okay. We also have Cake, which provides new coins. We also have BuySwap, which you can also stake with Inkryptus wallet. But in terms of INK, then we have 36, 24, 12, 6, and the free pool. So meaning that on every single day, because right now we are at 10,000, right? So we have 10,000 INK per day distributed among stakers. So you choose which pool you want to stake. And since we're almost at the end, we're going to be looking at how those different pools are currently paying out. So if you would allow me now, I would like to share my other screen, and I hope you can see my screen. Please type 555. If you can see the screen that I am showing right now, please type 555 if you can see the screen that I'm showing. Okay, let me see. Okay, we can see the screen. Okay, that's good. Now, within Inkryptus, this is the website. This is Inkryptus website. And I think you should make time and read and see, because, well, they have done some improvements on the website. I haven't seen this. So if you just come here and you can see the current price of INK, this is the current price. So if someone asks me, how much is one INK token? Just go to www.inkryptus.com. And the moment you open the page, you just have to scroll down a little bit and you'll see we have a current price of 1.6. What is circulating right now? Remember when we started, I said we have a maximum supply of 200 million. But what is in circulation right now is only 15.45 million. So we have more than 184 point something million still to come into circulation. The market cap, which is the result of taking the current price times the circulating amount, is where you get the market capitalization, which is 25 million. and the maximum supply is already there. So what I wanted to show you first was this price, the amounts or the profits that you could be making. Now, Inkryptus, what they did was create a very simple tool which you can use, okay? But you have to understand how to use it, okay? So this tool actually simplifies in terms of investment, how much can you make in a year. But before we do how much you can make, let's look at the different profits that you make with Inkryptus, okay? I want you to focus on where my cursor is right now. You can see that for the ink pools at 6 months, you get 0.27%. With 24 months, you get 0.25% daily. With 12 months, you get 0.23. 6 months is 0.1. The free lock now, the free lock is 0.07. You do USDT is 0.07. Pancake is 0.03. Byswap it's 0.03 daily. Now, for example, today you start with $1,000 right now. With the current price of ink, you're going to get an equivalent of 603.17 ink. So this is the amount that you stake. And after 1 year, this is the profit that you would have made if it is the 36 months. Sorry for that. So after 1 year, you'll be having 1,042. Now, this is just simulations based on the current payout. You haven't seen me speaking of dollars because ink fluctuates with time. It fluctuates. Okay? So as of now, if you invest $1,000 and you get 603 ink, on daily basis, you'll be making a gross of 1.6286 ink, and Inkryptus is going to charge you 0.4171. That is the 27%, the 25% profit fee. And at the end, you'll be left with 1.22 as your net earnings. So you can use this simulator around and make sure that you don't abuse it. So people will be like, okay, so if I invest $1,000, I'll get $729 at the end of the year. No, it's not like that. Because the value of the asset that you buy is fluctuating, then your returns cannot be constant. The returns that you make cannot be constant. They fluctuate also. So it's always good to pivot more on the asset that you own, the ink that you bought, the pancake, for example, that you bought, rather than focus on how many dollars I invested, how many am I going to make on monthly basis. Are we together to that point, ladies and gentlemen? Are we together to that point? Please go to your box chat and type 777. And I think this is high time now to allow for answers, for questions. So if you have a question, please go to the box chat and type your question so that we can learn together. So today we went a bit in depth in order to allow each and everyone to learn more about the platform, okay? We wanted each and everyone to learn more about the platform because that was the goal today. And I think we were able to achieve that. And if there's anyone with a question, please, this is high time for you to ask